Chimneys. They're not that difficult to do. There's a couple rules with chimneys, and I'm going to show you what happened with this chimney that was wrong and how we fixed it. So this chimney was leaking, and it was leaking down here in the back, on the side. So a couple things were wrong with it. First, there's a rule of chimneys that if the width of the chimney is greater than 24 inches, which this one is, you need to put a cricket behind it. And this chimney didn't have one, it was just a metal pan. Also, the ridge vent ran straight across the top of this. And so what we did was we shortened up the ridge vent in just this area. This area will never vent because there's no way for any, and there's a valley in the front, there's a valley on the other side. So there's no way air can get in through here and out of this space. It can on the back, but the reason we're taking this out of here is to eliminate any possibility of water building up in the back of the chimney, pushing in underneath this section with ice and snow, because we got ice and snow here, and getting into this vented area that has the cutouts for the air to allow the air out. We don't want anything to back up here, push underneath the ridge vent and create a leak. So we also cut a riglet, and this isn't caulked yet. We cut a riglet, we built a cricket, and put the shingles in correctly. The other thing that is very tricky about this chimney is the fact that it runs into two valleys in the front. One of the things the old roofers did was they took this and they jammed it tight up against the flashing for the chimney, which will actually trap water in here. So you want this little gap here so that the water will run down the wall, hit this and run out and not get trapped. The other thing that we did, and you have to make sure of, is there's a little end plug on the ends of these ridge vents. And they're specifically made to be on the ends so that air, bugs, dust, snow, rain doesn't get in there. And then also we have shingles starting underneath here that don't allow for any air to come out, and it's covered so that if water does get in here, it's going to drain back into here and come out this way without going into the openings for the ridge vent. Over here, it all is open so that the air can escape. But ultimately, the air is not really going to get out of this section of roof because there's no intake there at the bottom. So it's really probably not even working, honestly, for this ridge vent on the front. But you know, those are the rules. There's also a couple other rules that I can't show you because we've already redone this shingled area. One of the things I hate, and a lot of guys do it, but the valley is cut like this, where they put a shingle, run it down here, and then they bring their shingles in and they touch the interior part of the valley. And then this section is showing underneath. A lot of people do that. It's called a California style valley, and we don't do that, but this was a roof that we're doing a repair on. I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm just saying we don't use that technique here. And one of the other things that a chimney can leak is the mortared sections on the brick, and the top is important. So this house has gotten a new chimney cap. They remortared the top of this. But when we took this out, there's a lot of water underneath the shingles in here. Not only there was a lot of water, there was the step flashing that goes against the walls was nailed in the improper location, which has caused a lot of water to get to those nails and then leak. So we have to do the finishing touches on this thing and just do some caulking and finish up this ridge vent here that we cut back, making sure that the end caps are manufacturer end caps and that the little cuts where the seam is are here. And then this gets put together. We ran out of caps. So you need a chimney reflashed. We end up doing this a lot. And this one's a tricky one because it's got two valleys in the front. It spans a ridge and it's wider, and it needed a cricket installed. So if you need any of that stuff done, let us know.